Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And roaming the sideline for tonight's game, our Allie LaForce. Thrilled to be back in Oklahoma City. The Thunder ready for that home court advantage. Last time they lost to the Warriors. That game left them at 1-2 in head-to-head meetings so far. Greg, we've got two teams that boast some serious firepower off the bench.
And that depth makes each team more difficult to defend, more unpredictable. Both sides have a lot of guys who can step up on any given night.
Well, pre-shot preparation and being ready on the catch, that is Stephen Curry in a nutshell.
To the middle. Here's Howard. And it's slammed in by Howard.
And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And the dunk by O'Neal.
Oh, nice feed. You can see how Curry makes their offense flow, even when he's not scoring.
Takes the three. Warriors with the rebound. Over in the corner, Edgecombe. A three-pointer off the mark. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. So, GA, when you think about Steph Curry's legacy, he changed the way the NBA game is played.
Man, it is hard to find a player who's had the impact of a Steph Curry, making us rethink what is possible. Curry's endless range has really inspired a generation.
But you want to step him off the line, that's no problem. Steph, an efficient move into the mid-range jump shot.
It's Dort on the wing. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. Over in the corner, Caruso. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And really, there's no reason why Howard can't at least be boxed out. When he comes up with these rebounds, it's night-night for the defense.
Here's Edgecombe. Curry with the bucket.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Mark Dagnall gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. We talked about the challenge of facing off with Steph Curry, the three-point king. Coach said it's not just the threes that are concerned with Steph. It's how well he passes the ball. He's one of the best point guards ever, and Curry will get everyone else involved. Back to you.
Allie, thank you so much.
If you had a question as to how Dwight Howard is up there amongst the all-time leaders in offensive rebounds, that's an example why.
Here's Edgecombe. It's to Curry. Stolen by Dort. Goes up. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, Luke Dort sprints the floor, taking advantage of good defense by his teammate to get an easy opportunity.
In GA, we know Coach Steve Kerr has been up front. In order to win, the Warriors need to take and make a lot of threes.
Well, it's the superpower of their best player, and the arrival of Jimmy Butler has provided some balance, but threes are still their best bet.
Fires from way outside. 4 for 5 with that first miss in 5 attempts from the floor. SGA's shot is good.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Both teams will make substitutions. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Podziemski with it. Outside Curry. Shot clock at 6. Holmgren with the steal. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. 16 seconds left here in the first quarter. And it's good for 2.
But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a thirsty scorer, and if you concede the mid-range, he'll take it.
Outside, George. Holmgren with the steal. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Thunder leading by 3. And some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
And the dunk by Jordan.
If you don't do your work early and push DeAndre Jordan a little bit out of his comfort range, look out.
Now, here's SGA. Right now, he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force. Screen by O'Neal. To the paint. And it's blocked.
Man, tough defense from Isaiah Hartenstein. He's not having it at the rim.
The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Curry on the wing. Releases from the wing and drills it. Curry's got 12 points in the game.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And it's encouraging to see Dort drop dimes like that, wanting to round out this part of his game.
Payton in the corner. Right side, Jordan. Holmgren with it. He's picked up by O'Neal. Here's SGA. Jordan with the rebound.
Boy, he couldn't have asked for a better look. That's tough to take.
And Greg, you might not be surprised to hear this, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander comes from a family of athletes.
Yeah, I mean, his mother was a sprinter in the 400 meters representing Antigua and Bermuda in the 92 Summer Games in Barcelona. Impressive.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you. Chet Holmgren checks some boxes. He said if you can play defense and shoot the ball, you can pretty much play on any court, anywhere. Those are two things that are always needed on the basketball court, and that's where the foundation of my game started. Kevin, back to you.
A unique talent. Thanks so much, Allie, for the report. Fires, high post. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
There is nothing Steph Curry can't do on the floor. He is a Hall of Famer, and right now the defense has got to find a way to get him off balance.
O'Neal, no good. The Thunder leading by 3. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Both teams deciding to change it up. .157 left in the first half of the game. And it's good, 2 points. Howard's got the lead up to 5 now for Oklahoma City.
You gotta feed Howard the rock when he's in the paint. He commands the ball whenever he has that kind of position.
Drills it from outside.
Boy, on the perimeter, you have to stay connected to this guy. He's such a good shooter.
Outside Williams from downtown. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Williams has got himself on the board with 3 there. Now Podziemski still without a basket. Outside for George. Screen by O'Neal. Clock at 6. And it's George missing.
Listen, that's a good shot for him. He just couldn't connect.
Mitchell outside. Howard. And That's slammed in by Howard.
Not only does Howard set perfect screens, he cuts quickly after the pick has been set. Just the perfect pick and roll play.
It's George on the wing. And the Warriors, another three.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And a wide open look for Mathurin. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
A young guy who is ready to attack. Mathurin gets the ball and goes straight into his shot.
Here's Edgecombe. And the dunk by Edgecombe.
You want to talk about hang time. Edgecombe is still going up while others are coming down.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. So both teams making some changes here.
Substitution on the floor.
Oklahoma City leading by 4. And here is Mitchell. Nothing on the board. Wallace outside. At the elbow, Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And so it's Oklahoma City with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Here's Edgecombe. Here's Curry. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Timeout.
And GA, a lot of the best defensive teams in the league have some stout zone looks they can go to. Where do those in a game come in handy?
I mean, often it's a way of challenging opponents to make perimeter shots, but also you want to show different looks just to kind of disrupt the rhythm of a team's offensive flow.
The Thunder leading by 4. SGA with the ball. And Dort gets it to go. Dort got 5 points so far.
Boy, Luke Dort was dialed in from distance. You give him that corner look, he's taking it.
Here's Caruso. Drops in the breakaway layup. Caruso's got the lead up to 9 now for Oklahoma City.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Edgecombe gets it to go.
A supreme athlete. Edgecombe can blow through the contact.
Greg, we know something every scout liked about B.J. Edgecombe was his raw physical ability.
Yeah, many felt he was already NBA ready in terms of his physique. He's fast, he's strong, and he can just leap out of the gym. No waiting for him to fill out. This guy is ready to go.
Man, after all the injury setbacks, you see the elevation Paul George has. That is impressive.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Great D that time from Green.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Down low, Howard with the steal. SGA from outside. Hands it from downtown. 11 points in the game.
We all know SGA is a prolific driver. The counterpoint has got to be, he's got to be a threat from 3.
Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Hey guys, the Warriors at last season's trade deadline swinging the deal for Jimmy Butler. Stephen Curry said him signing an extension is big. He's committed for this run. It creates expectations, which I love. We all thrive off of that energy in that kind of environment. We are up for the challenge. Back to you, Kevin.
They're clearly all in. Allie, we thank you very much. Here's Edgecombe. to the basket. And the dunk by Edgecombe.
And you see that burst of speed from Edgecombe. He just blows by the defense there.
Pass to Caruso. And a miss there on the triple. Warriors trailed by 6. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Howard. And SGA has got the ball here for Oklahoma City. They've led by as much as 10. 1:51 left in the third. Curry looking it over. Pulls up. High post. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket. Oklahoma City leading by 4. And Greg, the Thunder, NBA champions at last. And still incredibly young.
And this is no fluke. They defended, they shared it, trusted in the system and one another. The league's been put on notice. This team is just getting started.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Warriors trailed by 6. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Gilgeous-Alexander driving in.
The pressure that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can put on a defense with his ability to drive, that quickness just a problem for defenders.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And you look at the addition of Jimmy Butler. G.A., why has he been such a fit for the Warriors?
He really is an unselfish, high IQ superstar, and that's what the Warriors are all about. And his isolation, interior scoring has given them another look offensively.
In the corner, O'Neal with it.
Just stellar defense by J-Dub. The impact he makes on that end of the floor is something you feel.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Warriors trailed by 8. O'Neal with it, and it's Wallace picking him up. 40 seconds left to play in the third. Williams with the steal. Pass to SGA. Back to Wallace. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Now Podziemski. No scoring in this one. Peyton left side. O'Neal wide open. He beat the buzzer!
Delivery at the buzzer. That is beautifully done.
46.
Yeah, that is a time.
41.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Oklahoma City leading by 5. There's a screen by Williams. Lets it go with the 3. It's good from long range.
Jalen Williams is a tough physical guy who can really shoot the basketball.
Here's Edgecombe. On its way from Curry for 2. And he swishes it right through. Curry's got 22 points.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Williams going up high, playing over everybody's head.
Outside Curry. Three-pointer. Curry. Oh, what else is new?
Well, after knocking down a couple in the first half, that's his first triple here in the second.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. changing it up here. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Daigneault was just reviewing the plan with his team. He encouraged them to keep on the pressure, saying, you guys are forcing a lot of turnovers, and it's because you're communicating and working together as a unit. Keep it up. Defense is clearly a priority.
Thank you once again, Allie. Holmgren up top. Back to SGA. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And attacking the rim. Holmgren making excellent use of that height inside.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Curry on the wing. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And the dunk by O'Neal.
Whether he's improvising or whether he's running set plays, Steph Curry is an absolute force.
Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Jacks up a 3. O'Neal there for the rebound. Green, the screen. From about 16. Can't get it.
And if they've been saving a sure thing play, now is the time for it.
Does not go.
If he's got that much space, he's got the green light. He just doesn't make it.
George with the ball. Dort covering. From outside. 3. Good.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. And SGA has got the ball here for the Thunder. They've led by as much as 10. Outside Holmgren. It's stolen by Green. Curry gets inside and lays it in.
Boy, a monster bucket yet again from Steph Curry. Knew they had to get something from that possession, and you knew he'd deliver.
Green rips down the board. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now.
One of the best ever at embracing big moments. Steph up to the challenge.
Outside, SGA. Outside, Caruso. Knocks down the 3.
Clutch points from Caruso. Let's remember he's already got an NBA championship to his credit.
Curry outside. Beyond the arc. And Curry comes right back with a 3.
And boy, you want to talk about taking the wind out of a crowd's sails there. A 3 to take the lead just moments after they've given it up.
With the teardrop, O'Neal there for the rebound. And it's Golden State's ball. They're on a 17-7 run. 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Shaq with the screen. Curry with it. He's picked up by Holmgren. On offense, here are the Thunder. Trailing by 2. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Shaq.
And that 7-foot frame of Holmgren makes him so difficult to guard.
He's able to hit the second one, and that narrows the gap to 1. What is on the line here?
Crowd is so focused.
Curry outside. Shaq with the screen. And the layup is off. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holmgren. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
That could be costly. When the game is hanging in the balance, the last thing you can afford is to turn it over.
And now we've got the intentional foul. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of